We don't need another hero. We don't need another way home.
Hello, welcome to another Dice Down Under stream. You're joined by myself, Mustard. We're also joined by my co-host, Chunky. And today we have a very special guest, which we'll announce in a moment.
For now,
it
remains a laptop.
It is a laptop, and it is all you know. Okay.
Taught like my singing.
Yeah, first class intro. There you go, Gelfie. You got your music.
Yeah.
No more complaining. Okay, Chunky, what do we have on the show today?
All right, we have a few things. We've got the big thing is King of the Grove, but we've got a little bit of news. We've got some stuff from the Judgmental Facebook group. We'll have a reasonably in-depth discussion on how we went at King of the Grove. And then I'm going to be showing how I do demos for the game.
Yep, which is going to be really good because I've wanted to do one for quite some time. So,
yeah.
Perfect opportunity.
All right, so first off, Murray, have you had a cold shower?
I have not, actually.
You haven't?
I did when I got home, but not recently.
This could be dangerous. All right,
okay,
so
cool.
The stick sculpt was revealed today. So I believe Murray has some techno bullshittery to bring that up.
Sticks!
So Murray's,
Look
as
how
you can see, a
beautiful
big
it
fan.
is!
I'm also a big fan. I think the sculpt is much better than the artwork.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Just the way they've got him holding the weapon, it looks like sort of a Jackie Chan thing where he's going to whip it all around his back and somehow send the chain at someone.
Yeah, I like the fact that you can actually see the chain in this. It is in this sort of illustration a little bit. I think it's actually more ropes, but the fact that it's actually now a chain, it makes Chain Scythe actually sound exactly what it's doing, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Tort's looking forward to banning him as a model rather than a paper doll.
Yeah, well...
Is that foreshadowing?
Yes, and that is actually who he banned against me.
Yeah,
which was really bad. I wish I had sticks.
All right.
Well, you get that. Big job.
So how many sculpts have we still got left? We've got Zafin, Gendris, Svetlana. Is there anyone else?
Zafin, Gendris, Svetlana,
Zagura
Sonia.
sculpt's been shown. Sonia, yeah. Sky. Yeah, right.
I think they're our
5 left.
Our 5 left.
So we're getting pretty close.
Yeah. Very excited.
I know Guns was looking at possibly trying to do a stream tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Before he flies off to Adepticon, just to try and introduce the Kickstarter. So we may have some more info then. Yeah. So there's not much on the news front at the moment as we wait for the Kickstarter.
Yep.
We did have some cool stuff in the Judgmental Facebook group. We had Wilson. Where's Wilson's stuff?
Sorry, that's
Gav's.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk about Gav's. So Gav's been doing some really cool base painting tutorials. He's got one up on Thrommel's base, and he's in the process. It should come out this week for one for I think it was Cavato's base.
Cavato's base he was in the middle of doing. I think he's actually finished the Cavato base.
No, but I'm not sure he's done the tutorial.
Oh, he might not have done the tutorial on it.
The base is finished, but he's putting up a tutorial on it. He also did his Skull and Loribella, which you can see here.
So that's his Loribella. This here is actually...
there's Wilson's
That's
model.
Wilson's Minotaur, and he's actually modified that to make it look like he's actually going into stone form. This is another one of Wilson's modifications, which we thought was actually fantastic. It's Skull actually casting a spell. Soulburn.
It's his fate ability. Yeah.
And it kind of looks like a snake coming out of his... out of his arm, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Well done to Wilson on that one.
And interestingly enough, it turns out that Wilson is the winner of our 50 followers model draw.
Yes, Wilson. I did not get a reply back from Joffrey. So the winner model is yours. Let us know what you would like. Whether or not...
I would assume, given Wilson's capabilities, he's not going to want it painted by
Yeah, you might not want it painted by Chunky, but you've got a free model, so...
Unless it says an undercoat.
unless you want Chunky to undercoat it for you. Short of that, we'll get it shipped straight to you. I'll get in touch with you anyway.
Yep, just let us know which model you would like.
Yep. So yeah, that's... I think that covers a lot of the news.
That's about it for our judgmental talk and our... Yep, alright. So, was there something you wanted to do?
Yes, okay. So, yeah, we'll do that before we start talking about...
Do you want to hand me a mouse then?
Yes, I do.
Alright, because Murray's doing some techno bullshittery. I don't know what it is, but I've got to hit buttons. So, tell me when to
go. When to get started. Yep, okay. So I stuffed that up. My techno bullshittery doesn't have any sort of editing, and I don't think I can.
You had one job.
Yep.
One job.
Yep. I don't think I can actually do that without really going through every single one.
We've still got no sound.
How do we have no sound?
I don't know.
No, we should have sound. It's just the stream's catching up.
Okay. So, are you going to be able to retrieve this? Yeah, so Gelfie's confirming we have sound again.
Yeah. I think it's going to be... Because I've got to switch to each one and then enable sound on each one, which is kind of the...
Do I need to sing again to cover the dead air?
You can try to.
Gelfie sent me something, but I've never heard of it before. So.
I've got to do it to each one, which means switching back and forth between them all. I could, like, end the stream and then start it again. Nah. That's alright. We'll just... don't want to do it. Let's talk about the... Let's go to talking about, the tournament.
Okay. Are you going to fuck around and
I'll
fix it?
See if I can fuck around and fix it while we're talking about the tournament.
Alright. Alright, well, I'll talk about my warband first and my round one, because that'll give Murray a bit of time to techno bullshittery. So my Zarin, Thorgar, Brock, Haxa, and Marcus were my 5. One thing I was concerned about with that warband was whether I had enough damage dealing if Thorgar or Brock got banned. But I intended to use it in a fairly grindy way, whether or not they got banned. Had a lot of healing, regardless of whether I put in Haxa or Zarin, and both reasonably capable soul gazers in theory. So I was intending to play a fairly grinding sort of game, where it was get the occasional kill and largely get souls for the win. So first off, I played Nathan Frawley in round 1. I can't remember exactly what was banned. I think Nathan banned my Haxa, and I can't remember what I banned, but we ended up with very similar war bands. We both had Brock and Thorgar. Nathan had Svetlana, and I had Zarin. So I was pretty happy with that. I thought I had a bit of an advantage there, in that Zarin can cover both soul pits, and we're on a 2 soul pit map. And Svetlana, while any soul she gets, she's not really going to let go because I'd have to try and get through Brock and Thorgar to get to her. I felt like if I could get up on the soul game, I could probably grind out the win. So it was map 4 with the 2 shrines and the Inferno in the middle. I felt round 1 went really well for me. I managed to kill Steel Inferno after he went in with Thorgar, and I managed to get Zarin to sneak up and blast it at range to steal the kill so that he didn't get that advantage. I did have to spend my 1 fate to do that though. Then by the end of the turn, so the Brocks basically both just sort of moved up to dance around the forest in the middle that Inferno dwells in, and Thorgar was just outside of range of his shrine, and Svetlana was in, and I had a choice. I could try and send Thorgar in. I only needed 1 push to push Svetlana out of the shrine, and then I would get 4 fate that turn. It would mean I would probably lose Thorgar, but I wasn't too upset with that. As long as I didn't activate it, that would mean I would then end up with first each turn, and that would help me with my soul gazing plan because I'd get first go at the soul. Zarin can go after both souls. I felt that put me in a pretty strong position. So I was pretty happy with that. Then at the start of the second turn, I went for my plan. I went for the soul gaze on a 6 with a reroll. Fail. Shit. That's not great. Okay. So we sort of faffed around a bit. Thorgar did die as expected, and interestingly enough, he actually managed to get the kill with Svetlana. He basically had his Thorgar do most of the damage, and then Svetlana came in and grabbed the kill, which effectively meant I was never going to claim that soul. Then round 3, I had another go at the soul, and this time on a 7 with a reroll, fail. That meant, so Svetlana hadn't been in range of the soul the previous turn. She now had moved to where she could walk over and claim the soul, which she did. So I'm now 2-0 down and in big trouble and need to start taking risks. Nathan played it extremely well. As soon as he got on top, he really played the forest in the middle really well, where he wasn't allowing me to get line of sight to people to charge and kill them, which meant either I hang back and just let him continue getting fate from those souls and really getting on top, or trying to do something janky, which I tried a couple of times, just got me killed. So he got to 3 souls, and it was pretty obvious that he was going to be able to finish the match off. I got a couple of soul gazes in eventually, but it wasn't going to catch me up in time. I did spot a opportunity to try and get a janky effigy kill. I had Brock to activate towards the end of a turn. He only had Svetlana after that, and I moved Brock up in a way so that he could get access to his effigy next turn. But in doing that, I really needed to try and push a couple of models around to clear a bit more room, which I failed to do. And so when I actually went for my effigy run the following turn, it didn't work well for me. So it was an interesting game. I really would have liked to have seen how it went if my soul gazing didn't completely shit the bed so much. It's not to say I'm like, oh, if I'd have got that I would have won, but it would have changed the game significantly.
For sure.
With the dynamic, with the forest in the middle, it really suits the defending warband, and if I'd have been able to get those souls and get up on the soul count, I think I would have been the one defending rather than Nathan. But Nathan did probably use that Central Forest better than I would have as well. So, yeah, it was interesting game, and yeah, ended up I think 4-2 to Nathan. So, your round one, Murray.
My round one was actually up against Jeff, which was technically the bye, but we still played a game anyway. We had a lot of fun, both of us. A lot of mistakes made by both of us. He ended up taking Cavado, Rakir, and Krull. And I had Cavado, Estariel, and Styx. A little bit different to what I normally play, but I figured it's the bye. I'm going to try something different anyway.
So a bye was automatically going to be a win.
Automatically win anyway, but we still played to have fun. You still got the points for the souls you collected and the levels that you earned, so you still effectively earned points. Krull did a really good job and carried team for Jeffy, because he just sat back and soul gazed. He had a really hard time trying to take out Styx with Rakir. I just could not get that poison down, and yeah, trust me, I know how he feels now. When he can't do that, because that is painful. Even with rerolls, he was struggling, though. He was on anywhere between 3 and 4 dice for it. Still difficult. My Cavado got up early, got an early level because he got the Inferno kill. So that gave him Res 1, plus I got him Boots of Agility. And then Cavado was just up against Cavado. So I had a... it was Cavado up against Cavado and Krull, and I still sort of just kept him back on the... on his side of the board, up near his shrine. So, not giving him much fate and starving him a little bit.
Yes, in Cavado versus Cavado.
Yeah, in
Cavado wins.
Yeah, Cavado won. Eventually. That was a really good ending to that one, actually, because Rakir had come in to kill Styx and failed, and he was only on a single hit point left, but he did it anyway. And then we had Krull and Cavado on the other side, who were both very low because I'd thrown the effigy, not the effigy, the Inferno at them both, and he was just wailing on them, so he's doing a lot of my damage for him. Styx got the kill on Rakir, went to level 3, and then used his cut ability, Pain Reflector, and Pain Reflected on Cavado, and that won me the game. If I'd had an extra fate, one more, I could have also... I could have Pain Reflected on Krull, hit him down, and then just scythed Cavado, because they were both just so low.
Poor baby,
I didn't get five souls instead of 4.
So such a tragedy.
It was so tragic. But it was a really good game. Me and Jeffy both had a lot of fun. There was a lot of laughs in our game. He's a great guy to play with. So if you ever get the chance, do play with him.
He smashed
unless your name is Chunky.
20-minute Jeff Furno, we call him.
Yeah.
I played him on Saturday evening, and he beat me in about 20 minutes. He went from 0 to 4 souls in 6 activations, and did 7 crits straight at one point, and just annihilated the shit out of me. It was great. Just so you know, here we have some slideshow. Some photos from the event. If you're wondering what that is, these aren't actors. They didn't pose for these. We just, stalked people and took them during the week. So my next game was actually against Tort, who's in channel. Tort had Istariel, Marcus, and Saiyan. I had Brock, Thorgar, and Zarin again. This was map 3. I'm just trying to remember this one a bit better. No, it's gone. So this was a really, really good game. I made a couple of mistakes in this one that I can recall. The first one was fairly early on, where I went with my game plan of soul gazing, which I succeeded on this time with a reroll. I had to spend a reroll. That's right. Yeah, Tort banned Haxa because he didn't know what he did. Was actually a pretty good
Pretty
ban.
still a solid ban.
Yeah. But so I did my soul gazing plan, and as soon as I finished the activation, I looked down and saw that Thorgar had an ideal enraged slam lined up that I could have done. He could have gone straight through Ashtooth, killed Ashtooth, picked up the 2 Fury, then put 5 damage straight through Res onto Marcus and had another swing. And I think he also would have engaged Istariel after that. But I missed that, and I think Tort had spotted it, or at least got him out of that. Yes, I banned Kogan because I thought you'd struggle with damage after that. And instead what happened is I think Istariel just went ham on Thorgar and just, I think, damn near one-rounded him.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I might have also hit Istariel with the slam, so it could have been 10 damage to his warband, another swing, and 2 fate to me. So it was
wow,
a pretty big
that's turnaround.
We were having a pretty good fight. Tort got on top, and I managed to pull what could have been a really cool move with Thorgar, where I think I managed to get an Ashtooth kill. I bought the item that heals you to full health, but I was on fire from Astariel, but I was going to be going first the next turn. So I knew I was going to get a chance to, and I had plenty of fate, because I actually did a pretty good job of clearing out the shrine a few times to actually dominate the shrine. It was D3, so I had a plentiful fate supply. So I did all that manoeuvring and then got a push. I had a random attack at Istariel, I think. Got a push and moved myself across needlessly, which allowed him to get Marcus pretty well straight onto me and kill Thorgar. So instead of having full health Thorgar basically already on Istariel, I had dead Thorgar. So that put me on the back foot a little bit. But I had Zarin steadily. To be fair, Tort, you may have been able to get Marcus into Thorgar anyway. But when I was originally positioned, there was like the shrine in the middle was between us. So it's possible Tort could have gone out and then across and still done the job. But he may not have been either. So in the end, so Zarin had actually successfully been soul-gazing this game. It took a lot of rerolls and a lot of fate to do it, because I failed the first time every time. But yeah. Basically, it got to a point where the lack of damage did come back to bite Tort. So I was able to look at the board. He had Astariel left and I had Thorgar. I had a full health Brock and he had Marcus next to a soul. So they were both within 2 inches. And basically, I chose to keep Thorgar back. No, that's right. I healed Thorgar to full and then advanced behind the effigy. Because Astariel couldn't kill either of them to full.
Yeah.
Now, she did absolute max damage to Brock and left him on 2 HP, including the 3 from the Fate ability. But that meant I was going to get first go at the soul next turn. We're both on 3. Brock's on 2 HP. I've got a 6+ with a reroll on the soul. Mm-hmm. So I hatched my little skelly to try and push Marcus off it. It was very unlikely, but you know, just to try and get me a better roll. Wasn't to be. 6+ with a reroll. Fail again.
Oh, God.
So with Brock on 2 hit points, needless to say, he went down and Tort won the game. So that was a really excellent game. I think if I hadn't have made those mistakes, I might have been able to make it a lot more comfortable instead of needing the 6+. And yeah, the 6+ with the rerolls were just my bane all of this weekend. Yes, you didn't even need to roll dice because Brock was on fire.
Yeah.
So this Dario just went bam.
He's not coming back either.
No. Yeah, but it was a really, really good game. Enjoyed playing Tort. It was pretty sweet. How about your round 2?
I'm only going over it in brief. I'm not going to go into full detail like that. I went up against Nathan in round 2. I had a really great start with that one. I was 3 souls up, and basically pushed his entire wall band back to his effigy. Sticks would moved up initially, put Thorgar up in place. He hung back with his Cavado and his Thorgar, because he got the early, I think it was Ashtooth on that side. It was Ashtooth and Gloom. Ashtooth was on, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Ashtooth, he pulled Ashtooth back with Cavado initially, and then charged it with Thorgar. And then tried to get Thrommel up to claim the shrine, but I'd Sticks with Thorgar teleported next to him.
Yep.
Sticks then moved over and claimed the soul next turn, but Thrommel had come up there, and then I was second, so Thorgar's last activation was to charge Thrommel. He then threw him back and behind his other two, his Cavado and Thorgar, and then pulled him back. And so you got knocked down, Thrommel, Thorgar, and Cavado in their back lines on turn 1. Not really doing much.
Right.
It was really, really good start. I then ended up getting up, as I said, 3 souls to none with a very stupid move, because Rakir was a little bit hurt. Thorgar was hurt because he's taken on 3 tanks. Yep. And I ended up charging. What's his name? Ashtooth come over and actually hit Thrommel and put poison on him.
Oh.
And I saw, yes, Rakir kill right here. Went up, smashed him, got that soul, but then that lined him up for a Thorgar charge. And killed both Thorgar and Rakir just by charging.
Auto damage.
Damage. I had just completely forgotten about Thorgar's charge. And as soon as I'd killed Thrommel, I then saw it, and then I went,
I'm trying to go,
this is bad, and I was trying to put it on my poker face. As I did, there's nothing there.
But it was seen.
It was seen. Because next turn after that, Sticks was then going to go back up, because he'd come back and bank the 2 initial, back up, claim the last, and win me the game. Very, very quick game, but that happened, and it was just downhill from there.
Yep.
I just did not have the health pool that he had.
And losing 2 guys in 1 turn allows him to take control of the board.
Particularly on first turn, on your first activation.
Yeah.
It was bad play. But anyway, that's it. That was my game 2.
Alright. So my 3rd round was the bye against Jeffy. He had Rakir, Marcus, and Krull. I basically sacked Zarin for this game and had enough of his shit. It was pissing me off. So I took Haxa, Thorgar, and Brock. Because I was sort of eating, having lunch, playing, doing all sorts of stuff. Jeffy smashed me 4-0. Haxa did massive amounts of work to keep me in it. Like I think he did 2 5-bomb equilibriums to heal Thorgar up and damage other guys, but basically he just kept having big damage spikes that were just wiping me out. And I think I left Marcus on 2 health a couple of different times. So I just couldn't quite get there. So yeah, he smashed me. His Rakir didn't manage to roll ridiculous dice, which helped.
Mine did in game 3, which was good.
Yeah,
but
that's why Haxa was able to keep me in the game for a while.
Yeah.
That was my round 3. What about you?
My round 3 was very much the same as my round 2. Got up to a really good start and then just
Shit the bed.
Shit bed. So, well, actually, it wasn't so much that. It was just I couldn't keep up with his soul gazing.
Yep.
This was map 3 with Vajasha.
Yep.
So, I can't remember who I'd banned, but he had Marcus, he had Cruel, and he had Astariel.
Yep.
So Marcus and Cruel were sitting there soul gazing. Because you got the soul in the middle that was popping up, because Cruel was getting the one on Vajasha. Astariel would just blow Vajasha up. Marcus would either finish it off or Cruel could finish it off, but I don't think he did that too many times. But I'd set it up nicely. He was also new to the game, so I gave him a few pointers as well at the same time. Thorgar got a charge straight on Cruel and knocked him over. Rakir got charge range of him, poison, and then my usual.
Yep.
My usual poison. Ridiculous Rakir poison hit him for 10. Blew him up. Cavado sat over basically on my side of the board near the opponent's shrine. So he was getting Fate, but as well he was killing Vajasha and claiming the soul at the same time.
Who were you playing in this one?
Oh, sorry, I was playing Cavado, Rakir, and Thorgar.
And who against?
Marcus, Cruel, and Astariel. This was Southwell.
Adam Southwell.
Adam Southwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention his name at the start there. He did well. He was throwing down Marcus walls. Marcus was able to soul gaze, so he also had the Blizzard, which was nerfing my movement abilities, as well as the terrain's nerfing my movement abilities. And I just couldn't get to Cruel and stop him from soul gazing. And that's where I sort of lost it. Ended up being 3-4 as well. And on his turn, if he hadn't have got that last soul, I was getting the one with Thorgar, with Cavado. Or I could charge in and kill Cruel.
I love how you're so confident of getting a soul with a 4-banger.
Yeah, I'm confident.
Like,
I had Fate to burn. So
6, I'm nervous.
Yeah. You're nervous on 6. I'm fine with 8s or 9s. That's fine. I can do that.
Speaking of which, so game 4, I played against Byron, the dodgy soul gazing master himself.
Well, actually, in that as well, Cavado, every time Vajasha dropped a soul, Cavado picked it up straight away.
Yeah.
So I was confident it was going to hit it again.
So this was the 5s. So Byron had Astariel, Marcus, Nephany, Thrommel, and Bastion against my Thorgar, Marcus, Piper, Zarin, and Haxa. So this one basically was mainly an all-in brawl around the Arden Shrine, which Thorgar never really got into the brawl, because every time he got close, Astariel would just wipe him off the board in one activation.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty insane. Whether it was 3 or 4 dice, it would invariably go crit with fire, crit, fire, dead.
Yep.
However, it was going okay because I basically had one-man army Piper dominating the D3 shrine. But he brought Nephany in on 9. She was on 9 health. She was engaged by Haxa, and she was right next to the treacherous ground. And she was carrying a soul. So I had Piper abandon his post and go after Nephany, thinking I should probably be able to kill her. But it wasn't to be. I think I left her on 2 health. And I would have taken a push if I'd got it on the last attack just to kill her so she dropped the soul, but I didn't even get that. And that basically took all my souls. Even I re-rolled, made a lot of re-rolls in that to try and kill her, and it didn't work.
Yep.
And that spent on my fate, so I couldn't just equilibrium her to death with Haxa. So at that point, I probably should have held off because she'd already activated. She was there. There's not much she could do about it, and I could have just equilibriumed her to death. Actually, oh shit. No, I think I did try that, and I double won it.
Nice.
I had forgotten about that one. I'd blocked that one out of my mind.
Yeah, well, that's a good one to block out of your mind.
Yep. So I basically blew all my rerolls. Yeah, actually, yeah, that was my last. So I spent my last 2 fate on Equilibrium, needing a 2. 1 reroll 1. There was my fate. I spent the rest of the game fate starved and just got dominated as it snowballed out of control.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
How was your 4?
My 4 wasn't very good from my half. I was up against Tort.
What a jerk. The Lismore Slayer.
Yeah, he played a good game. He had a lot more beef than I did, and yeah, that ended up getting it for him. I had him sort of pushed back, but at the same time that left Inferno attacking on me. At the same time, I'd kill the Inferno because with Cavato.
Yep.
And Cavato would then get the bonus.
Yep.
To Soul Gaze and pick up the soul. But he only did that once, I think, because I think I forgot about actually getting the bonus the second time, but it doesn't matter.
Well, just so you know,
I never actually ended up getting first turn, because
Tort tells the tale of you charging Saiyan twice with Rakir and shitting the bed.
Yeah.
Tort thought it was so unlucky that he did a post in the Facebook group to show just how unlucky you had been.
I think I had like 4 or 5 dice each time. Played for 4, I think. Charged twice with it. Rerolled both. Didn't get a single poison. Didn't get much in the way of damage. I was just rolling blanks like crazy. I need to hear where rolling blanks is actually a thing.
We are considering making special Dice Down Under dice with the blanks as our logo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. 4 dice each time. No, just couldn't get it.
Should have had the Vorpal Blade for Ricky.
Actually, I think it was 5 dice at one point because Don Ricard was assisting on it. That's where I had the 5.
Alright, so lessons...
And I still didn't roll it.
Lessons learnt for me are we have not been playing anywhere near enough 3s.
No, I think that's where it sort of falls apart quite a lot because 3s is actually almost a different game in its own right.
Yeah.
It changes up so much, and I end up like in 5 sacrificing a dude to get first place isn't a bad thing. In 3s that can really...
Yeah, so that's a move I really like, is going second, and then because I can normally push people off shrines. I've normally got guys like Thorgar or Piper that are really good at doing that. And C, normally I don't mind if a dude dies before he activates, because that then puts me into first. And if I've established a strong soul gazing position, as I like to do, that normally then allows me first access to the souls, and I can really start putting that pressure on. But when that failed miserably a couple of times, it just put me so far on the back foot in 3s that I couldn't get back in it. One thing I'm not sure of was whether I hit the panic button too early a couple of times maybe, and started getting too aggressive trying to bring it back early, which basically resulted in me just feeding dudes into the grinder. But it's hard to say because...
Oh, yeah. I did forget about that.
Right.
I completely forgot about that. It was alright. He dwarf bombed Saiyan and Cavato, but Cavato activated next and just got up straight away anyway. And hit Thrommel and poisoned him. And that's at that point I had the choice of actually charging Saiyan or charging already poisoned Thrommel.
Okay.
Which I probably should have done because he had 10 hitboxes left.
Yeah.
But I went for Saiyan because she had 2 souls.
Yeah, okay.
And I just got greedy.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen how I'd gone if my soul harvesting had been at all reliable. Because it's very difficult to say, oh, I played shit, when my plan was to soul harvest and it just didn't work.
Yeah. On
reasonable outcomes. So, yeah, I wish we had the video on those so I could...
Yeah, if I'd charged Thrommel, I would have got back into the match, as I said, but I kind of wanted to swing the match my way. Dropping you down to 1 soul would have been nice. It would have evened the match. Killing Thrommel would have got me back into the match, but this would have swung it completely. And that's why I went for it.
But it sounds like Thrommel would have nearly been done like a dinner.
That's right. I had Cavado and Saiyan there.
Yeah.
To kill him if need be. But
all right. So yeah, we like our competing picker band so much, though I don't know if we will play that many more 3s, but.
I need to play more 3s, that's for sure.
Yeah, I am looking forward to playing a lot more random games rather than tournament practice and just try out a lot of different characters. And once the errata drops, we'll start looking at the teams event.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was purple approved, Nick.
Yep, there was a lot of purple approved for the...
there was a sea of purple.
Yep.
Alright.
Is that all the matches we played?
That is all of the matches we played. Was there... shall we look at the results?
Yeah, we have the results pop up on the screen here. It's going to hide us, but we don't care.
So
Nathan
ended
up getting up on top.
Yep.
For the day. Well done to him.
Steve Fury came in second.
Steve Fury came in second.
For the virtue of his awesome painting. Andrew Guns came in third. Kyle won the King of Salt award because he was so salty at not getting second place because he wasn't painted.
Paint a model.
He had a pretty good winch fest.
Yep.
And just pipped at the post. Simon Harper. Simon Harper also had pretty shit Soul Gaze rolls.
He also had a tough time against Andrew as well in the first match. I think that was really close, and I think Andrew teleported up with Rakir and then smacked his effigy with Rakir and won him the game.
That's right. Yeah, I remember.
That was really good. Yeah, I saw the ending to that, and that was.
And he'd had a lot of problems soul harvesting in that as well because we were both bitching about that.
He's trying to.
Surprisingly, I was only third saltiest person there, despite having like one of my worst dice days ever.
Yep.
I just got beaten into submission. My salt couldn't rise.
Yeah.
All right. So who else was there? We had Byron came in 5th. Tort was 6th. Simon Harper in 7th. Adam Southwell in 8th, Muzz in 9th, me in 10th, and Bianca in 11th. Now, I still maintain Bianca probably would have smashed me the way my day was going, but not to be.
No. That's right.
Also, we were painted, so that helped us keep out of the wooden spoon.
It did, yeah. Having models painted, guess what?
Yeah.
May keep you out of wooden spoon territory.
There is some bitching about that, but I personally see Guns and Jeff's point. It's a really good looking game. The miniatures are phenomenal, the boards, everything looks really good.
There's really not
they
that
really
many
want
miniatures.
it painted to help promote their game.
Yeah.
And
if we're playing
it's not
something
like it's been a secret.
War Machine, then I mean even they try to push for painted models.
Oh no,
well, for a lot of the little comps do.
Some of them do.
They do door prizes and stuff for painted models.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to just lay down a little bit of a base coat with an airbrush and have a reasonable model. Like,
it doesn't have to be anything.
That took me about...
Sorry, let me switch the scene there.
3 minutes, and all you'd have to do is basically, I don't know, put a bit of metallic on his axe and he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have to be picture perfect. It's just to... Yeah, make it look a little bit nicer.
Yeah, the venue was nice. Having beers to drown my sorrows helped.
As Tort said, that there are painted-only events for War Machine.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, a lot of the masters and champions,
and stuff like that. They all do have to. You got to have painted models because they want to be able to see what you're actually bringing. Particularly when it comes to any sort of streaming or videoing they're doing. So it is really good.
Yeah, I mean we've tried pretty hard to get all our models painted for the stream as well.
Yeah. Well, we'd prefer to bring models that are painted, especially to this, and we're doing all right. We're getting there. And we've
I
got.
think we basically don't have Skull done.
We don't have Skull. We don't have
Loribella
Loribella.
of the
They're the only
original
ones of the original 15 that we don't have yet. But I am looking to. Well, I'm going to do Thorgar next, and then I actually might do either Don Ricard or I want to get Loribella painted because.
Because I don't know.
Because you don't own her. And you should get Skull painted.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
That's on the agenda. Alright, shall we bring in our special guest for our demo game?
We should. I'm going to do my other thing at a later date. Because I can't.
Oh, you can't get your techno
I can't get
bullshittery to work?
No.
Level
Not without,
up, Murray.
like,
Level up.
stopping the stream and then starting it again, which I'm not going to bother doing. It's too much work. So that'll be next week. Okay, we have our special guest star. I'm going to invite her in right now. Please give her a warm welcome and be kind. Gelfie, I'm looking at you right now. My eyes are burning. Please welcome Rebecca.
Why did you have to use my full name?
I didn't use your full name.
You did.
No, he didn't say your last name.
Oh.
I'm actually not sure what your last name is.
No,
Anyway,
that's alright.
Beck is a Kiwi, so we won't hold that against her.
Aw.
Alright, so the way I normally do my demos is I get my prospective demo-e to pick their favourite 2 models. So Beck, would you like to pick your favourite 2 models?
Yes. Okay. So this dude.
Don
Don
Ricard.
Ricard.
Don
is
Ricard.
probably
You can
my
show it up to the
favourite.
camera if you like.
I'm sure I don't know what he looks like.
Yep.
And I like Cyan
And
as
saying,
well.
Alright. So then, once those first 2 are picked, I normally try and pick someone that will go along with them. I normally try and make it a different class to the first 2, so that they get a different view of what's happening. So Beck's got a Soul Gazer and a Defender, so I'll probably give her an Aggressor. In terms of playing well around those 2, I like the idea of Rakir. So Darren Rakir is like a movable force in the middle. So I'm going to give Beck Rakir because he's an Orc. I'm not giving her Thorgar Taught because she's already got a Minotaur, and I like to try and spread out the races and the classes within. So then in terms of picking a warband, so there's no human and no dwarf in that lot. So I think
And no
I'll
elf.
go. No, there is an elf the same.
what's that? Sorry.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go for Bastion as my human, Thrommel for the dwarf. So Bastion's a support too, which Beck doesn't have. And then I need an aggressor. I'm going to go Astariel, because that will also show the more range style of aggressor. So I'll just take the rest aside.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Now I just need to find some cards.
Tort's got that song stuck in my head now. No.
He is to blame for a lot of things.
Yep. The Slayer of Lismore, they call him.
So Chucky, what map are we going to be playing on today?
We are
for your
playing
demonstration?
on... I actually can't remember if this is map 1 or map 2. It's the one that comes in the box.
One map. I can tell you.
Thrommel. Alright, so there's your cards back.
Nice talk.
Yep, Tort's leaving now. His work is done. Alright, so dwarf. Cool.
This is Soul Pit, Soul Pit. Okay. This is map 1.
Yes.
So this is a really obviously good one to demonstrate, as it only has your one monster.
It's only got Gloom, who's fairly simple. It's got 2 soul pits to show how soul pits can alternate and stuff. Not a huge amount of terrain in relevant places. And the guys often run their demos with no terrain, just treat it all as flat open ground. Hey Guns, how's it going? You've arrived just as we're about to start our demo game with Rebecca. So Beck has played one demo before, but it was in December, I think.
Yeah, it was quite some time
so
ago.
it's been a while. Get rid of that. Alright, so I'll just take Beck through the basic stats and abilities of a model. So you take the card with the little face on it. Move is movement. That's how far a model can go in inches in a move action. So it tends to be 3 for dwarves, it tends to be 5 for elves, and 4 for all the other races. Then we go to agility. So agility is the basis of how hard it is to hit you and how many dice you roll to hit you. So you combine agility, see the next 3 down the bottom, Mel, Mage and Runge. So melee attacks, magic attacks, ranged attacks. So you basically take your melee attack minus the agility gives you the base number of dice that you roll for an attack. So who have you got there? Don Rucker. What's his agility?
His agility is 3.
Alright, what's his melee?
Is 6.
Alright, so 6 minus 3, 3 dice. If Don Rucker was hitting himself, which no one can make him do because he's the biggest dude in the game, but he would roll 3 dice, and that's how his attack roll would work.
Okay.
The res ability is basically like armor. So when you do these, see your attack line there. So they're the attacks that you have. So you'll have the name of the attack, the type, which will be either melee, magic, or ranged. The cost. So apart from this guy, everyone else's attacks in the game cost 1 action. So whenever you see the A, that refers to action. Thrommel's are actually 2 actions because he's got a fuck off big hammer. You'll have the range of it. So whether melee or range, they all have a range. So for example, Bastion has a 3-inch melee range. He's pretty unique in the Wave 1 models in that regard. And then you have their damage. So there's glance, solid, and crit. So whenever you roll the dice, glance, solid, or crit is determined by how many successful hits you do. So that's a hit symbol, and the J is both a hit and a special, and that's a special. So a glance would be, if say you just rolled that, so there's a special, 2 blanks, and a J, that would be 1 glance. So you would do the damage under glance. So for example, for Don Ricard, I believe that's 2.
Yeah.
Then say I rolled that, so change one of them to a hit. That becomes a solid, which is 2 hits, which would be 3. Then if I did that and got 3 hits, that becomes a crit,
which is 5.
So that's how you work out the damage. And then once you work out that damage, you go back to the res and you reduce it by the res to determine how much damage the model takes. The last thing on the card is the number of health they've got. So the number in the top left is their health at level 1. So at level 1, when they reach the skull, they're dead. Then L2 is the number of extra boxes you get when you level up to level 2. And L3 is an extra, again, you get when you go up to level 3. So the way that you get levels is you get a level for killing a monster, and you get a level for getting a soul. Now there's 2 ways to get souls. You can either kill an opposition model, that gets you a soul, or there's loose souls appear out of these soul pits, and you can pick them up by soul harvesting, and that also gets you a soul and a level. Now what you use to do the soul harvest is this stat here, the soul harvest stat. So for example, Don Ricard's a 3. Actually, let's look at Saiyan for this one, because she's probably going to be your go-to girl.
Yep.
So Saiyan's a 6. So to get the soul, you roll 2d6 and you're trying to get 12, and you add your soul harvest skill to your roll. So for Saiyan, she'd need a 6, which, as usual for me, is not possible. Good to see I'm staying true to form.
4 and a soul harvest. This is bringing back memories.
Yes, yes. Memories. Make me cry. Alright, then So if you turn over your face card, you'll see there just some explanations on the abilities that model has. So you don't normally need to refer to it that much, but it is there, quite useful at times. It would have been good if I'd read Brock's one of those. It would have saved me some trouble on the weekend, so I wouldn't try to cleave charge. So then the next card, so the one underneath that one, so you'll see there's a few different types of abilities. So the first is innate abilities. These are things that you don't have to turn on, they're just always there. They're like passive abilities. Then you have, and I don't know that Don Ricard's got one of these, you might want to look at Rakir at his card. You have combat maneuvers. So combat maneuvers generally have a cost that's S, so that's symbols. So that's the J's and the symbols on these. So for Rakir, if he rolled that, there's a chance he might want to do less damage and take that symbol so that he can put poison on. Because he's got a very powerful ability later on that triggers off poison. So that's what the combat maneuvers do. And then the last one is active abilities. And they will all tend to have, you can only do active abilities once a turn. And they all have a cost that will be measured in either quantities of actions for A's or fate for F. So fate is these tokens here. You get fate from, when you kill a monster, you get fate. You get fate for all the souls that your warband has at the start of each turn. And you also get fate from the shrines that are on the map if you control them.
Okay.
So to control a shrine, you've got to get one of your dudes at least within 2 inches of it and none of mine. And then you control it and you get the fate from it. So some of the things you've got. So Don Ricard's main shtick is he runs around like an amazing stone tank. He uses his stone form ability, which costs an action, and then he goes up to res 3. So every hit I do to him takes 3 off, basically. So he's super tough. Sane's shtick is she is a soul gazer, so most people when they go to claim a soul can only do it from 2 inches away. So I'd have to be like there. Sane can do it from 4, and she's better at it. And she also heals your guys, so she fits in well with Don Ricard that way, and that if you do manage to get damage through, she just goes, oh, I heal that, lol. And she also gets an ability at level 3 where she can bank souls from anywhere. So while you are carrying a soul, say Bastion's got his little soul on, he gets killed, he goes away, drops it, no longer has it. But if you come back to the effigy and bank them, they can't be taken away, ever. And Sane can just do it from anywhere on the board. She spends a fate and she's like, go over there, souls. Go to my effigy, bank yourselves. Excellent.
Okay.
And then Rakir's thing is he is the master of the hit and run. He will come in and assassinate fools with his poison. Then he uses toxin, which you need to keep fate for, and blows them up. That's Murray's favourite thing, and that is what makes me salty as shit. So that's sort of what your guys do. Mine, so Bastion likes to heal, and he also helps models do melee better. That's pretty much his role. What are those guys?
Oh, no, nothing. I'll let you know if there's anything in chat.
Alright. Yes, that is right. That is how the definition of soul goes. So Thrommel is another tank. When Don Ricard doesn't have stone form up, Thrommel has more res. When he does, he doesn't. He also has the 2 action weapon that hits like a truck, but he only basically gets 1 attack per round. He's also slow as hell because he's a dwarf. Then we have Istariel. So she basically shoots fireballs at people. They ignore a bit of armor, and obviously they attack at range, so she's very good for that. And then our monster is Gloom. So Gloom has an ability called Stealth, so he can't be targeted by range, which you don't care about at all, but I do. and he is 8 health and 4 agility. So he's not super hard to kill, but when he does hit, he hits like a truck. So if you fail to kill Bloom and you end up within 1 inch of him, he'll bite you. At the start of every turn, if he's still alive, he'll move D3 inches towards the nearest model, and if he gets within an inch, he'll bite them. You can also push models into him, and then he'll bite them. So he can do quite a lot of damage that way.
Okay.
Alright, head spinning enough?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Just his head.
Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just start playing. I'll go first, simply because that means you get to see what I do and then not do that. Sorry, I'm just looking for fate tokens, because they're probably important ones at the start. There we go, fate. Alright, so we both start with a fate each. Start the game, and I'll deploy my dudes. Let's see. Do that. So all you dudes have to deploy behind that line and within the space. So generally first turn you'll want to do one or another thing. So you'll either want to try and kill the monster or try and contest the shrine. So for example for me, Thrummel's my big tanky guy. He's going to try and contest the shrine for me.
Okay.
So you might want to do that with Dalnrakar, and Rakia may want to try and go after Bloom, for example. Or you might want to try and do it with both. Alright. Alright, so I'll go first. So each model gets 3 activations each, and I'm going to start with Thrommel. Now, because Thrommel's a dwarf, he's slow as hell. So it's going to take him nearly his whole effort just to move up to that shrine, because he's a fade.
I believe in you.
Go, Thrommel. You can do it, buddy. Oh, look at that. He gets there. So Thrommel spends his whole activation just to get up there. So he's within 2 inches of the shrine, so he's contesting it.
And this is a wall?
That is a wall, yes. So
Okay.
to go over the wall, it takes 3 inches of movement, unless you got Pathfinder, which none of your dudes do. None of my dudes do either.
Okay.
So you tend to have to go around it.
Okay.
So if you want to move him up to there.
Then his, like, just goes to the end, right?
So that's one move.
Yep. Now, one thing you can do is charge for 2 actions. So that means he could charge out this way, contest the shrine, and see if he can push Brock out. Because you can use special symbols to push.
Okay.
So, is that what you would like to do?
Yes, because I don't want you to have the shrine.
Fair call, fair call. It's a douche shrine. Alright, so he's got 7. So what you want to do is we line that up with his edge, bring him right out here, swing him out wide, and go in. It's twice the size of me, surely he'll do the job. Alright, so now, grab your all black dice, you Kiwi bastard.
That's for all you New Zealanders watching.
Yep. Now, what's your melee?
Is 6.
6,
You
so
just want me
grab
to
6
say
die.
that number. Dang it.
Actually, no, I didn't, but that was a bonus. Alright, so my agility's 3.
So I get to use 3.
However, you're charging, so you get an extra 2.
Ooh.
So it's 5 dice.
Okay.
Crack them in. Alright, so that's
Very
crit.
nice.
You've rolled a crit in terms of damage, and you've gotten 1 symbol. So the crit will do 5 damage. Let's give you one of these as well.
I found a black one.
I've got a black one.
Let's go with my die.
All black bastard. So that's 3 damage to Thrommel after his res, because he's res of 2. Now you've got 1 symbol. So if you'd rolled 2 symbols, so I'm within an inch, I need to be within 2. So say you push him out here, so you might want to possibly push me out that way, because you might be able to get Sayana to have another go at me and push me further. Potentially. Or you might want to position her so she can soul gaze next turn. Alright, so that's Thorgar's activation, so I'm fairly happy with that for now. I'm actually going to activate Stariel, because she's going to try and ding up that big fella while he's not in stone form, as he likes to be. So she has an 8-inch range, so you can pre-measure everything. So 8-inch range, so I've got to move forward a little bit. Now, Astariel has an ability called Fire Step, where she can basically teleport 5 inches. So it's really handy for getting over things like walls or over the shrines or whatever. So she doesn't need it at the moment. She's speed 5 anyway, but I'm going to do it to be spooty. Alright, so she's now going to shoot Donrakar.
Does it matter that your miniature is in the way?
It does. It does. Not that it's in the way, but that it's engaging you in melee. So she's a 7 banger. She's got magic of 7, so she would normally get 4 dice. Now, because you're engaged in melee, I get -1 dice. If you were slightly this way and there was a path from my base to your base that hit this thing and you were within an inch, you would get cover as well and take another dice off. So I'm going to get 3 dice. Yes. Alright, so 3. Alright, so she's rolled 2 hits and 1 symbol. So that'll be 3 damage for her. Now, normally your res would reduce that to 1 by 1, but she's got an ability that ignores 1 point of res. So all 3 damage go through. And she's got a symbol. Now, with symbols in melee, you can move yourself or your opponent, or any combination thereof. When it's at range, you can only move yourself. So I can't move Doan Rakar with this, even though I roll a symbol. So she's just going to move up to there. And then she's going to have another go. And she's got 1 success, which is 2 damage, and she's got another symbol, and we'll move herself again. So she's managed to do 5 damage to Doan Rakar, and that is her activation done.
Okay. So are there supposed to be souls out here?
There are, but they only pop up at the start of the next turn.
It should have only been 1 damage to Donrakar, not 2.
Why?
Because he's got res 1.
And what does the star
Oh,
do?
sorry, he's got. Yeah, sorry.
I even explained that, Murray.
No.
Okay.
Sit down, Gelfie.
Yep.
Right, send Sayan.
Yep, so you can pre-measure that. So the weird thing with Saiyan, her magic attack counts as a melee attack, but it's not melee, so she can't charge. So she would have to walk all the way in. So what you want to do is just see, okay, so you can walk twice, get within 1 inch of Thrommel, and then punch him to push him out. Now that does mean you're really hoping that the soul comes over here. Because if the soul goes over there, she won't be in a position to soul gaze it. So that's the choice you're making.
Or I could attack you.
Bloodthirsty. All bloody Kiwis.
Yes.
Kiwis are carnivorous birds, you know.
Omnivorous.
Alright, so you'd like to do that?
Yeah.
Alright, so you can get there easily enough. You just probably want to be at the edge of that so that you can have a swing at the big fella.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so 7 dice you said was your magic?
Yep.
And what agility was Thrommel? 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 3.
So 4. Now, you also get 1 because Dylan Ricard is ganging up on me, so he's going to help you out. So you get an extra dice. So it's 5 dice.
Yeah.
And you're really wanting a push here, which you don't get. Now, you have another choice here.
Yes.
So you've done a crit, which would be 4 damage, which would do another 2 damage to me after the res. If you really want to get that push, if you manage to push me out with a symbol, and you should normally get at least 1 symbol on 5 dice, you would then allow you to get D3 Fate. So the Fate will actually replace itself. If you spend it, what that won't allow you to do is use Rakir's Fate ability to kill Gloom if you need it. You can potentially 1 round Gloom regardless. Actually, no, he's a bit far away. But so you could re-roll it, and it'll be Fate neutral because you're going to get at least 1 Fate from it if it works.
Okay, I'll reroll. So just...
Yep, spend the Fate.
Okay.
Still no symbol. So, you've rolled 4 hits there, but you only count 3 dice. So, the 4th one doesn't really matter. So, that's another 2 damage to Thrommel. And over to my go. Now... So, Bastion can't quite reach big fella. Bastion might just be a little bit conservative because he's very squishy and he does not want Rakir to punch him in the face. So Bastion's just going to move up over to here. And you'll go with Rakir.
Okay.
So the risk you have with Rakir on Gloom is that they both have a 1-inch melee range. So if you go into him and fail to kill him and stay within the inch, he's going to hit you. Then at the start of the next turn, he'll activate, he'll hit you again. And then that hurts.
Okay. It's only got a movement of 4. I think you took my 4.
I take everyone's things all the time. That's what I do.
Okay.
And I realised I need to get you some shadow orbs.
So, the way I do it is I put down my finger once I'm happy where I want it to go,
Just put it at the end.
and move the stick out of the way, and then put him right there.
Yep. Attention. Now,
Someone will bite me.
so Rakir's speed 4, so he can charge 7 inches, and he's got a 1-inch melee range. So you could actually charge Bastion if you wanted to, instead
Isn't
of
this
going.
in the way though?
No, only this bit
Oh,
is
okay.
a thing.
That's impossible, yeah.
Yes.
A bit in the middle. There you go. It's a bit better.
Yeah, can't get through that.
I go through that.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to charge you.
Alright. So you go 7.
But I only have to go within an inch?
Yep. So if you like, yep, that'll work. So you just check that he's in with the inch, but he definitely is. Alright. So, you get how many melee for Rakir?
7?
7 dice. Now,
And then
Bastion is agility 4, so you take away 4,
Mhm.
and then you add 2 for charging, so 5 dice. And
2.
we have 2 hits and 1 push, so you don't apply poison, which is what he really likes to do.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, you don't have any to
Fate.
to reroll it, so you do 3 damage to Bastion, and you can push either yourself or Bastion 1 inch. Now, one curious thing, so the monster's moved D3, and he's got a 1 inch reach, so if you're within 4, he can hit you. So you may want to move yourself
this
an
way.
inch that
Yeah.
way to get out of there.
Alright.
No.
Alright.
No. So you move back to back, so it's just like that. Otherwise,
I
you're
see.
moving 3 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so that's that. That's the end of the turn. So we now do, if there was a soul on the board, it would move. The monster moves. So the monster's going to move towards Rakir 1 inch. We would then collect fate. So you didn't quite manage to take the shrine, so no one gets fate there.
Mhm.
For the second turn as well as the first, we both get a free fate. So we get a fate each. And now the soul and monsters pop up. So on a 1, 2, or a 3, the soul pops up here. Otherwise, it pops up here. It pops up over here. So you're very happy with that because you've got a strong presence there. And now it is my go first. So I'm in a little bit of strife. I am going to try and... Oh, sorry, we've got regeneration. Dalmarikar is a Minotaur, so he's got regeneration on the back of his card.
Okay.
Innate ability. So because he's not on fire, he gets to do that. So he will heal 2 of his damage at the start of the turn. So he's now only taken 3 rather than 5.
Woo.
So I'm going to have Istariel try and blow him up again. So it'll be 3 dice because you're in melee.
Does it count if
just
same
pushes.
there?
It's still the same.
Okay.
He's in melee. So I've got 2 pushes. I'm actually going to re-roll that because that was terrible. There we go. Double J's. So that's 3 damage. And because she's got 2 symbols, she actually puts you on fire. Which will mean your regen won't work. And it will do 3 damage ignoring your armor at the end of your activation. She'll then do it again. Doing another 3. And another 3. And then what she's going to do is she's got an ability where if you've got fire on her, she can spend a fate to do 3 more. So I'm putting him in grave peril. Alright, so he's looking pretty unhealthy there. What's he got left? 5 damage?
5, yeah.
Alright. So it's now your turn.
Mhm.
So you need to work out what you think is going to be good to do.
Can you heal yourself?
You can, but not while you've got fire on. However, you can spend a fate to remove the fire. Now, you then won't have any healing, but Sane can heal him later. And he has stone form, so he can go up to res 3.
Okay.
And that makes him a whole lot tougher.
I don't know what that was loud. But you can't use stone form if you're already on fire.
No, you can use it just fine.
Okay. Okay. So, if I use 1 action to put him in stone form now?
Yep.
Um.
Just find a token for that. But so then you've got 2 actions left. You can hit him. You can hit Thrommel.
Yeah, I will.
So you've got how many? What's your melee stat?
6. Is it any less if I'm on fire? Does it affect my
No.
attack? Okay.
No, only affects your ability to heal.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm agility 3, so it'll be normally 3 dice, but you've got help from Saiyan, so it's 4 dice.
Okay.
Alright, so you've done 3 damage, which will become 1 on Thrummel, and you've got a push, so you can push Thorgar further away from the shrine.
Yes.
Now you've got 1 activation left, so you could potentially hit Thrummel again, or you could try and move in such a way that you're going to... So when you've got stone form up, you can't be pushed. So you get in the way really well. So you could set it up and try and set it up in a way so that Thrummel can't get within 2 inches of the shrine.
So like going behind here.
No, because then I'd just walk in.
No, but then she can hit me.
Yeah, you've got stone form up. So the maximum damage Thrummel can do, because he only gets to swing once, is 7.
Okay.
So you've got res 3 now, so I could do 4, which leaves you on 1 hit point.
Okay. I might just move between you and the shrine.
Yep.
So just move. Oh, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's got plenty of movement.
So
If you
just...
want to go
Yeah, just between.
here somewhere,
In your face.
in my face. So, because dwarves are really slow, they really have a lot of trouble with walls. It costs you 3 inches to get over a wall, and dwarves have 3-inch move. So they've basically got to be already on the wall to get over a wall. So he can't go that way. So what you want to do at the moment is block him off with Saiyan and him, and you've got him walled off. If Starrel's activated, he can no longer get into the shrine. Now you just need to try and survive.
Yeah. It's 5.
And fire goes off. No. Fate took it away.
Oh,
It should be gone. Yeah.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that. Right.
Yeah. Pay attention, Murray. God. Alright. So it's now my go. I'm gonna... I've got Don Ricard nearly dead. Gotta go for him. Gotta try and get him. And do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Now, unfortunately, because you're helping him... Actually, it might not be anymore, because you pushed me away. Ooh, don't have any more help from Saiyan now. So, I'm agility 6 to your... Actually, you're agility 1 now, because that's another thing Stoneform does. Reduces your agility. So, that means 6 to 1, 5 dice. Saiyan's not helping. I'm going to give him a whack. Oh, look at that. So, he does a mighty 7 damage, which becomes 4.
So I have 1 left.
Got 1 left. And he does 2 pushes. So he's going to push himself over here. Try and make life more difficult. No, sorry. There. So that's him done. So at the moment you've got Saiyan left and Rakir left.
So she can pick that up and...
Yep.
throw it.
And as soon as she activates, she'll heal Doan Rakar for 1.
Okay. Yay! 2!
2.
Okay.
So what does she want to do now?
So if she picks that up, how did you say she throws it?
That's when she's level 3.
It's level 3, okay.
But if she still picks it up, it's still good. She'll get a level. She'll go to level 2. And then every time she activates, people within 4 inches of her heal 2. No, you don't get... It's not that easy,
Aww.
unfortunately. For
Okay.
me. So this is where you've got a soul harvest. So
Okay.
remember that soul gaze roll?
Yes.
The 2d6 plus your soul harvest and getting to 12. So you get 2 dice. Now, he's within 2 inches of the soul, so he gives you -1. But he's also within 2 inches of the soul and gives you +1.
Okay,
So you're at
got
basic dice. So you need a 6.
Okay. Yay!
Got it. So jelly.
Cool.
So
So
jelly.
just pick it up?
Yeah. So much salt.
Ha ha
So just put it on her card to say she's
then
got it.
Level 2.
And you're at level 2. So with your pen, see the little symbol opposite the soul harvest underneath the picture? Just put a 2 there. That shows that she's level 2.
Level 2.
Yep. And then, so if you have a look at, is that the level 2 card? That tells you what it does.
Okay.
So she's pretty handy paired with Dawnrakar because she heals him.
Okay.
And you've still got one activation. So you can now punch Thrommel. And because she's got, if you have a look on the other side of her card, she's got an ability where she gets extra damage for every soul that she's carrying.
Okay.
So she now punches harder.
Alright. Cool. I'm gonna Thrommel you.
I'm going to throttle Thrommel?
Yep.
Alright. So magic stat?
There's 7.
7? Yep. Thrommel's melee is 3. Sorry, his agility is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got help from Dawnrakar. Yep, so 5 dice.
Cool.
And you get +1 damage on this. Okay, so that's 2 hits. So that would normally be 3 damage. Goes to 4.
And a push.
So after his res, it's 2, and you can push yourself or Thrommel.
So you have to come back to here to drop
bank.
the soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although if she gets another soul next turn, that won't matter. By the way, so the souls alternate, so the next soul will spawn on this side of the board.
So I can push myself that way.
You could, yes.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, so I've got Bastion McBasty Pants.
Bastion.
I can't even hurt Dawnrakar because I can't do enough damage. Mwah. Alright. I'm just gonna hit Rikir. Bastion's not very good in combat. He's melee 5.
Okay.
Your agility 4.
4.
1
1.
dice. Bruh!
Yay!
Bruh! Bruh! Yes! It's a J. So, what he's going to do is, so he does 1 damage with his pillow stick, and he's going to push Rikir across this way, closer to Gloom, but also so that Bastion's engaging him because he's got a 3-inch reach, and he's only got a 1-inch reach. So it means he can't charge because he's already engaged. So he just has to, if he wants to hit Bastion, he's just got to move in and hit normally. So it'll reduce his number of dice.
Okay. Okay, I'll come back and hit you then. Or
I could have run away with Planewalker, yes, but I forgot to. Actually, I probably could have contested the shrine with that, but oh well.
Isn't it face to face with one of your friendlies?
Yeah, right there. I'm not sure if it quite would have got me within 2.
Within 2 though, but yeah, it might.
It was an idea. Well, I could have done that and then walked the rest of the way. But such is life. One thing we forgot to do before, which we didn't forget, I forgot. So Rikir gets shadow orbs. So let's just put it right there. So these allow him to teleport around the battlefield. That's how he gets some of his hit and run capability. So Rikir's got a lot of angles he can attack you from. So he gets to put 1 down for free every turn. You don't want to put more than 2 out at a time because he's got spooty special abilities that he can trigger off that. So we'll pretend he had 1 down last time.
okay. So does that cost a move using it though?
No.
So I could literally move back to where you just pushed me from?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then okay, I'll do that then.
Yep. Now you don't have to just move there. You could actually move all the way around there if you wanted to. and then you
And
could
then you're
potentially
closest to
come. Then I'm closest to Gloom. You might even get pushes that move me closer to Gloom, and that gives you the option to charge this way next turn.
Okay.
So,
I'm
Hitman.
going to hit you.
So he is melee.
4. Oh, melee 7.
Yep, and I'm agility 4.
3.
3 dice.
Okay.
Alright, that's exactly what you wanted. So that's 2 damage, but you poison me.
Yay.
Now, oh, you don't have any fate.
No.
Crucial. You can hit me. Or, so you
Could choose
you could choose to push me instead of the poison. You're very likely to get fate, so you will have poison on him early and force me to activate him. Or you can push me and hope to get me damaged by Gloom.
But you have to be within an inch of Gloom though. Oh no, because he'll move
He'll
closer
move.
to you and then
Yes.
it's on. Okay, I'd rather you get bitten, which makes you an easier target
Rather
for
than
me.
you get bitten. Yep. Now, that will mean you won't get to hit him again.
No, you could move an inch and follow up with an inch.
Yep, you could do that too.
And then you'll get a second hit as well.
Yep. Let's do that. Yep.
Okay.
So hit
And
again.
then hit again.
Now you get no, you didn't do poison, so you won't get an extra
No.
dice.
Okay.
All right, so that's 3 damage, and you push him another inch
Towards Gloom.
towards Gloom. There you go. All right, so that's the end of the round again.
And I can drop a shadow thingy.
You
where I
can
am.
drop a shadow thingy. Where would you
no,
like
it?
she cannot.
Oh, is that a
Because
move?
you used it at the start to get
No,
to
no,
that side.
no,
of the
that
point.
was last turn. We said we did it last turn because we forgot.
No, when she teleported from here to here.
She didn't teleport. She
Oh, did
walked.
she walked? Okay, sorry, I thought she teleported. Never mind. I apologise.
So where would you like it?
Probably on this side of me because I'm close to these guys.
There?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so monster will move. So Bastion, yep, Gloom will move towards Bastion. How far away is he?
About 4.
Touch under 3. So as long as I roll a 3 or more on this D3. No. So he only moves an inch so he doesn't take a bite out of Bastion.
Dang it.
Alright, now we do Fate. So you get D3.
We'll die.
6.
3. That is a healthy Fate pile.
Yay.
And I get Zip Diddly Squat. Because actually you get another one as well because you've got a Fate on saying.
Assault.
So you get 4. Assault, yes. Alright, I get Zip Diddly Squat. Because I haven't managed to do anything as yet. And new soul appears, so it will appear over here. And this one will appear over here. Okay. So it's my go first, and I'm not looking great. So I think I'm going to have to try and kill the big guy with the Stariel while I can, because if I don't, he's going to heal and be a nightmare.
So
he
I heal
should have
after.
actually healed 2 points of
Oh
damage
yeah,
as well.
he heals 2 points.
Right.
Because we've got regen again.
Yes, that's fine. Alright, so how much has he got left?
4.
That's a lot of damage for a big fella. Alright, now because he is in stone form, he goes down to melee 1. She's 7, so it'll be 6. You're engaged, so it goes to 5. Now, if you had gone within an inch, you would drop another 1, but that would have meant Thrommel possibly could have got around to contest the shrine. Alright, so 5 dice. Alright, that's kind of what I wanted. So it's 3 damage, which he would normally ignore all of, but because she ignores 1 res, she does 1 point of damage. and she will light you on fire.
Again.
Yeah. So she's going to do it again. See if I can get there. Oh, no. No. 0 damage. 0 damage. Go again. Oh, critical. So that would be 4 damage, which gets reduced by 2 and does 2 damage.
Oh, one more.
So I've left him on 1 health. That's not good for me. Alright. So it's over to you. You probably want to... Yep, so you can take the fire off. You can then spend another 1 and an action to heal 5 damage. Because otherwise Thorgar could still kill you. Because he can do 4.
Oh, that piddly little dwarf.
Trommel? Yeah,
Right.
it's a big hammer.
It's a piddly little dwarf with a big hammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to remember, Don Ricard doesn't know how to use his hammer properly. Like, he's in that pose for a reason. He just goes like this at people.
Leave me alone.
So it robs it of power. Whereas, look at Thrommel. Like, Thrommel's got to run up and he's whacking people.
Yeah.
He's got better technique.
Looks like give me...
Alright, so he's healed another 5. So what's he left on now?
6.
6. Alright. So now he's got 2 active... Now he's got 2 activations. So he can... So he probably wants to drop up stone form again.
Yeah.
Which I will find eventually. And then he's got 1 more that he can do.
Throttle Thrommel.
Throttle Thrommel. Yep, that's very doable. There it is, stone form.
I think it's 4. Or is she
It is
far away?
because
Yeah.
you... no, because Saiyans no longer helping.
Yeah.
So it's only 3.
Sorry. Yeah.
Alright, so that's 3 damage, which becomes 1, and you've got 2 pushes.
Push you towards Rakia.
Okay, yep. So 2 pushes. Both of them, or a different mix? How would you like to do it?
Push you 1 towards Rakia, and then me 1 towards the shrine, because then I'm like on the shrine.
Okay, but that would free me up to walk around you and get close to the shrine myself.
Oh. So you can go through here.
Yes.
Or I could just go this way.
Now, there is another option. There is... Don Ricard does have an ability called Stone Grasp, which costs a fate.
Does it cost an actual fate?
Is it just a fate, or is it fate
It's
and
a
an action?
fate.
Oh,
1
just
fate. So
Can't
you
perform
could
an
now pop
advanced
that up,
action.
and then I can't advance
Okay.
at all with Thrommel anymore.
You could also move an inch, like only a little bit, slightly toward Astariel,
Yes.
and get her in as well.
Yep. So you could move to like there with your push. That gives you a bit more protection
So
against
you
the
can't do
stereo.
anything this activation.
Well, I can't advance. I can still hit you, but I can't move. I can move off pushes, but I can't move any other way.
It does cost you a fate to do
Okay.
if you want to do it.
Okay. Alright. Shit, if I teleport over there now. Alright, I'm going to activate... I don't have any fate to heal. I'm going to activate Bastion, possibly?
Sorry, who did you activate first? You activated Astariel first, didn't you?
Yes, I tried to kill Don Ricard, it didn't work. Probably because it's Don Ricard, it never fucking works. Right, so Bastion's going to teleport next to her with his ability. It costs 2. Go over here like that.
Cost 2 what, sorry? Move.
2 actions.
Ah,
Then he's going to
It's his
use his
ability.
last action to
climb
move
up the wall.
over here. To contest the shrine, because I can't keep giving you D3 fate, it hurts me.
We'll find it.
So that's it. That's
Who's
my
he get
go.
over the wall, sorry.
He walks over the wall.
Oh, he's got, yeah,
He's got feet.
4 inches. Sorry.
So your go. So you've still got Saiyan and Rakir.
Yeah.
So Thrommel's got 10 health
5.
left at the moment.
Actually, when you teleported over, you may have been in reach of stone grasp. Hey. No, never mind. Sorry, we'll just...
Yeah.
I might. Because I can't get to the
No,
best
Tord,
one
I
yet.
No.
teleported for 2 and then moved over the wall for 1.
Hit with stick.
And I was quite happy with where I am because I've now got Thrommel within 4. If he survives.
We're going to attack Thrommel with Saiyan.
Yep, so you'd need to move in.
Which is... She's got 5.
Now, if you did it with Rakir first, you might have the potential to get the kill with Saiyan, which would give her 2 souls and activate that ability to bank from a distance.
Yeah, and then just send them both there.
Yeah.
Or can you only do one at a time?
Yeah, you've
Both
got
at
to do Rakir. Yeah, you can do both at once. But Rakir would have to go first.
He only
Actually, you might
moves
end up
4
spending
though.
your fate then. Well, he can charge.
Ah. Okay.
So he can charge right in the Thrommel's butt,
Alright.
and that would free you to move Saiyan over towards the other soul, or just stay where you are, because there's going to be another soul pop up there.
How much health does Thrommel have left? A little bit.
Thrommel has 10.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna charge Thrommel with Rakir. Because then I can just teleport back to here anyway.
If you need to.
If I need to. Okay.
Alright, so where would you like to try and be?
Within an inch of you.
On this side, or over here, or...
No, on this side, because I don't want to go close to her.
Well, it's not... If you engage her, she has to teleport away, which reduces the number of shots she gets.
Ah.
So
okay.
if you charged over here, you might be able to, with specials, then go and engage her and stop her doing her thing as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna charge to this side of you.
So if you went like that,
And then hit you with my stick.
hit me with your dagger.
Dagger. Is that what that is?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. So your melee is
7.
7. I'm agility 3. And then you get +2 for charging.
Okay.
And then you get +1 from Dalrakar.
So,
Now, let me just make sure you're not within 3 of him. You're not.
I don't think so.
So you're sweet. So that many dice.
You can re-roll that once again on the
top
top.
one.
right.
So that's a crit. No poison. And you probably don't want to use your
I
fate
don't wanna
because
use
that
it.
would reroll. So that's 3 damage. So you've still got 7. You do have another attack, which would be -2 dice because you're not charging anymore.
Okay. I will attack you again.
So that's 3 damage and poison, which will be 1 damage and poison. Now, you can use his toxin ability now. If you spend a fate, you'll get to roll 2d6 and you'll do that much damage to him, ignoring res.
Okay, because you only have 9 left now.
I've only got 5.
Or 5. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And so what does it try? 2d6?
2d6, needing a 5 or more. Bam! Good to see it runs in the family. As such. So, Thrommel dies. So now Rakir will get a level because he just got a soul. He's got a soul on his card as well. So now he gets the ability to, on one symbol when he hits people, drop an orb straight away and teleport. So that's how he does the hit and run. He just goes in, goes whack, hits him again, runs away. Yep. Alright, now, I have Thrummel left to activate, but he's dead. So it's Sane's go. So, what I suggest, have a read of Sane's other card.
Yeah.
Because she's got a few spoody things she can do. Ah, it's over there. And you might probably want to do a couple of them.
Where's the 4 banger? Because she's going to activate anyway.
Well, she's 5. She's walks 5.
No, I mean the
Within the soul.
within. No, I meant actually within Rakir healing him. Oh, he hasn't taken any damage yet. Doesn't matter.
No. Yeah. Hurry up, man. Don't rub it in.
No, he did 1 damage to him. Pillar Fist did damage to him.
Oh, it did too.
Oh, just out. That slither.
Oh, she only has 1 health.
No, it's 2
No,
because of
2
her
now.
level 2 ability.
Oh, okay.
So she'll heal Dalrakar for 2.
Okay.
She just does that when she activates.
Oh, so that doesn't cost.
No, it doesn't cost you anything
Oh,
to do.
okay.
Innate ability.
I was like trying to
It's
decide
free.
whether or not
Yeah.
I wanted to. Alright.
So she combos really well with Dalrakar because she heals him 2, his regen heals him 2, and he's tough as balls.
Okay. Can I I'll probably no, I don't have any fate.
Yeah, you don't have the fate to pull the other manoeuvre. So the things you can do, so there's going to be a soul come up there next turn,
Yeah.
which you're going to have a pretty strong chance at getting. You can put Holy Shield up on Dalrakar, which
Yeah, I
will
was
stop
looking at that.
Istariel lighting him on fire. And you can augury yourself, which will give you 1 dice reroll when you go to get the soul next turn.
Oh, I didn't know that could be on me because it just says friendly model.
You are a friendly model to yourself. You're
Yay.
very friendly with yourself.
That just sounds weird. I am friendly with myself.
Actually, I found Dalrakar one of the easier models to paint in the range because it's all flesh. It's all really easy textures to paint. Probably the hardest part is the head. There's a lot of hair there, the feathers, and his face is a different sort of shape to what you used to painting. But apart from that, he's actually a very simple model to paint.
It's got a lot.
Just make sure you do the base separately.
It's got a lot of detail, but a lot of it's actually quite large as well.
Yeah,
Compared to some of the other models, where it's finer detail.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Holy Shield on Dalrakar.
Dalrakar, yep.
Holy Shield.
Hadouken.
Um,
I'll find it somewhere. There's the other shell.
oh, reroll. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that on myself, and then I'll move closer,
Yep, so Holy Shield, yep.
and then augury on myself, and then I'll move a little bit closer to the soul. By doesn't really matter. 1.
You can move as far as you want, as long as it's not on the
So you can move up to 5.
up to 5. But
And you want to stay within 4 inches of where the soul's going to pop up.
Yep.
All done?
Done.
Alright, we are all done. The round ends. The ever slow... So, sorry, regen first. So Dalrakar regens 2. I remembered regen. I'm amazing. Yay. Look at me.
Yes.
Car's going back up.
Dalrakar
All
heals
the way
another
down.
2.
He's all the way down to 1
Got him
health.
down to 1. Now he's on like 10. And an unstoppable killing
He's on 11 actually.
douche.
He's on
11,
11.
Alright. What else is happening? Fate. So, I stop you getting the D3, but you still get 2 more. I get 0, because I failed to kill Dolnrika. I'm in trouble. I still can't find that other thing.
Now the soul appears. Yeah.
Yes.
A second soul will come up. Sorry, we'll activate first.
Actually, the soul will move first.
Oh, wait, there's a soul there. 2
towards Sam.
Oh, I didn't know that moved.
Yep.
Woo!
So it's on its way to you. It's coming to Mummy. Bloom will move 2 also. So.
Right behind the shrine. Soul.
Yeah. Gelf is just jealous because he can't paint, and he's jealous of my purple painting skills.
It's my favourite colour.
There you go.
Everybody that's not a heathen's favourite colour. Alright. So, she's got augury on herself. So,
it's purple.
Also purple.
Yes.
One of the reasons
like
why
this
it's
game.
so good.
Alright. I still can't find whatever token it was I'm still looking for.
You wanted to find Holy Shield.
Oh, I did find them. Maybe I did find them all.
Yep,
Yes.
no, you got them all there.
Okay, cool.
It's just
Wicked.
a plethora
Does
of...
Stoneform just stay?
it stays until you activate.
Stays until he activates.
Ah.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that's a bit of trouble, that.
What's fun? We're gonna come back. Can I come back?
Yeah, he's going to come back. What a jerk. Actually, if I want to hit Kira, I need to actually...
Now, when he comes back, he's only got two actions.
activations when you die.
Aww.
So, considering his hammer takes 2 actions to swing, I actually need to...
They're just like,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So it's my go first again. I'm going to activate Thrommel, and he's going to hit Rakir for 2.
Or he's not. Gonna hit Rakir for 2. He's got an inch.
I don't know if I go with an inch of Rakir. Just going to go sideways. Make sure he's not actually in. Actually, no, he's going to go this way. Because he wants to try and make it so that if Rakir goes after Astariel, he's got a cop a free strike. Alright, I'm done.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up that soul.
I'm not giving you any more advice, you're thrashing me.
Yeah.
It's all,
I'm gonna pick
it's
up
up
that
to you to
soul
close
now.
it out now.
But I had to roll a 6 with 2 dice.
It's a 5 because he's
5.
helping.
Ooh.
Alright, now,
wait.
however, you've got augury up.
Oh yeah, I can re-roll 1.
You can re-roll 1.
So,
No. Why would you
Keep your
re-roll that
3.
one? Keep your 3.
Oh, do they add up?
1.
Yeah. There we go.
5
exactly.
exactly.
So she picks up the soul.
Oops.
So she's now got 2 on her card. You've got an action left. You can pay 1 fate to bank both of
I'm gonna
those.
bang them.
Or you can be greedy and go, oh, plus 2 damage, you bastards. I'm going to smash you fools. It's up to you. That's the risk.
I'm not really close anymore.
No, not this turn. You wouldn't get to do it. It'll be next turn.
I've got 2 fate.
You
Yes.
have fate to bank those souls if you so desire.
I think I will bank them.
Okay.
Because I'm worried that...
Because
So
stuff
spend
will
your
happen.
fate, and they go there. They're banked. So that's her done. Well, that puts a cramp on my plans.
Do I stay at level 2?
No,
You're level 3.
So that is
That's
level
when
3.
she gets
That's
that
when she
That's
gets
the
that
bank,
ability.
yeah. I didn't know if that was just a special...
Alright, so I'm going to activate Stariel. It's not ideal. I'm going to teleport 5 to get away from the cover. I'm not going to get to kill him anyway, so I don't care about coming back here. And she's going to shoot here, who I am engaging, I believe.
With my back
you were.
turned.
That was the point.
Yep, I know. So I was hoping to have done like 4 or 5 damage to Rakir from, Thrommel attacking, but that didn't happen. So
One.
she will get 2 dice because you're in melee. Alright. Excellent. She sets you on fire and does 2 damage. She does it again. 2 more. Cop that, Ricky, you dickhead. Alright, your go. You've got Don Ricard and Ricky left to you currently.
One thing I will point out at this point, because it's not something that's come up yet in the game,
Yep.
is you can potentially win right here by doing something a little bit different, which is going after Chunky's effigy and killing it with Rakir. You do have Astariel and Thrommel in the way there. However, that doesn't really stop Rakir because he's got the Shadow Orbs down.
So the way you win the game is each of the effigies have 16 health.
No.
Yeah.
Correct.
So the effigies have 16 health. Each soul that you've got takes away 4 permanently.
Okay.
So it's on 4 health at the moment.
Yeah.
It's agility 3 with res 1, and you can never reduce that res. So Astariel can shoot it all she wants. It gets its res. So he could come out this way, but what you would have to look out for a little bit is Thrommel has a big reach out here.
But he can only do 1 move.
Yeah. That's me replying to talk.
Yeah. So that's one option. The other option is you just kill somebody.
How much health does Bastion have left?
He has 6. Yeah, you could even just try and do the job with Dalrikar.
Yeah.
And try and do it in such a way that you move him out here so that Rakir can get at him even if you fail.
Awesome option.
You've got a lot of options at the moment because you're pretty well on top. That is an option, but because of where Thrommel happens to be, it's probably not your best one.
Oh, yeah, so.
I could do both.
Yeah, well, you could try Dalrikar first, and then you've still got the option of trying that one.
Okay. I'm going to do Dalrikar first.
Alright, so here's melee 6.
6, yeah.
Bastion's agility 4.
Okay.
So 2 dice.
Alright.
But he doesn't have any res or anything, so
no.
any hits you do will hurt.
Ha!
Or not.
Or I can spend my fate and try again.
It's probably not worth spending the fate in a 2 dice roll.
No. Oh, or just
Because the chances
just
are
take another turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be 2 damage, so he's now down to 4, and you've got a push. So if you moved yourself that way an inch, you would make enough space for Ricky to get in there. Next turn. And Fatty Donrikar.
Yeah.
You might have to do it in the back.
Yeah, maybe. Over there. Yep, so you can now hit him again. Now, is that going to get covered now though? I don't particularly care that much. No, you're safe. So if the line from that edge of the base to that edge of the base went over that, it'd be cover and you'd lose a dice, but you're just short.
Okay, so just do another
2 dice. Alright, another 2 damage. And you can probably even push him an inch now.
Yeah.
Just to make it really obvious that Ricky is going to get in. And he has 2 health. Let's see. So I've got Bastion to activate. Bastion is going to planeswalk back here. And then walk around here. That's it. Bastion's done.
Thrummel only has 3 left.
Thrummel has no.
Came back.
He comes back down 5.
Okay.
So he's on 13.
Okay. Oh yeah, because
Which is still
yeah.
often in Rakia killing range.
Can be, but it's a bit
Yeah.
difficult.
So what you want to do to...
Stariel hasn't been touched, has she?
No.
No.
But she's only got 13 health to begin with. But as you've seen, lighting elves on fire is hard.
Yes.
I think I'm going to maybe teleport to there and then hit Thrummel.
Well, you probably don't need to
Or-
teleport to hit Thrummel, you can just charge
Just
him
open
directly. Actually, you can't
Can't,
charge
because
him,
he's-
but you can walk in. So you don't need to teleport.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna walk in. And
You get more dice if you do teleport, but
well, that's what I was thinking because then I'm not going to use. It's going to be closer, and I'm not going to use one of my die for. I'm not going to use one of my actions.
I have more dice. That being said,
you'll only hit once.
how many dice will she get against the shrine?
Charges the shrine, it'll be 5, and you'll need a crit.
5
got a
crit
reroll.
with a reroll.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah,
worth
you
it.
could still just go after that. Although Bastion
Bastion's
might.
now gonna contest it, isn't
Oh, not necessarily. If
But
you
you
just
can't
go
go
right
around
next to Thrummel,
Hmm.
you might get out of
he? Out of his reach.
out of sight.
Oh yeah.
So
Because you can't go through these.
yeah. Now where's a spare base? So if you would go there, no, he'd see you. So it'd actually be 4 dice.
Well, if you back a little bit from it, you don't have to be right up touching it, do you?
Oh, true. Yeah, if you
on the
went up
edge.
like there. Yeah.
So if I go to here
Yep,
and, then
charge
charge
through
that
there,
way.
you'd get 5 dice at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Oh yeah,
that
'cause
works.
6 minus stuff. Okay.
So you want to do that?
Yeah, I will.
So, bloop.
And then
Charge.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Yep. So when you teleport to the Shadow Orb, you actually go
You have to touch
next
it.
to it. Now, you would have had to have dropped one where you were and then teleported
Yep.
off that.
I don't have any thingies.
Yeah, that's
That's
all right.
fine.
I've got it over there. But you're using it straight away, so it doesn't stick around. Because the one that you use, the one you teleport from goes away.
It's the one you
All right. So,
down pick
I'm
up.
gonna use 5.
5 for glory. You got to re-roll at it if you need it.
Yeah.
And you need it.
So
Um,
reroll.
all of them.
Yep. No.
Shorts it.
Damn.
By 1 damage.
Alright. Now, because
Oh,
that's the end of a round,
No, he's also
it heals back to 4. So the damage doesn't stay on.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
that's
if you
fine.
got multiple dudes in it,
Mm.
it doesn't heal between dudes, only at the end of a round. That's a very important thing that I was not aware of until recently. Okay, so now we have end of the round, so the soul moves.
Sweetie, you
Towards-
will.
Oh,
also
you'll take 3 damage.
5
Oh.
damage as well.
This is a new round?
Yes, it is.
So do I heal 2 for...
Yep,
You
heal
do
2
heal.
for...
Donrakar?
Yep. Oh, you're done with
Mhm.
activate, so that should...
Yeah, no,
way-
these are all gone.
They're all gone. He doesn't have his foodie machine. Not that he cares anymore because he's on like 13 health now. Actually, should be
He's
15
on with quite a
because
bit, I think.
Saiyan should have
we're
healed him
healing
for 2 as well.
Yeah.
The monster will go 3 towards Rakir. A new soul will pop up over here. Fate will get dished out, so you'll get 3 more fate. I'm still on 0 because I failed my Don Rakir kill. And I'm in trouble.
Is
So
this mine?
that
Do
is
I get
yours, so you
extra
get
for
another
having
D3.
souls? Yeah.
One. One more. Alright. So I need to kill Rakir. How much health you got? 10 is
7.
Cover. 7. I could do 7 potentially.
Thank you, Gelfie.
I'm already a better player than the two of you.
Yeah, that's not hard.
No. Yeah, you two.
Alright. I think I'm gonna have to try and one-shot him with Thrommel.
What's one move?
You're gonna have 2 dice?
3 from Bastion.
Was Bastion in range?
Of his
Oh,
4-inch
he's
aura.
got his 4-inch aura, doesn't he?
Yes, otherwise it'd be 4 dice.
That's right.
It'd be much better. Because the Stariel, he's getting cover and he's in melee.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd roll 1 dice.
Mm-hmm.
If I poured out, I roll 2 dice twice. Can't do it. So the only one who can do it in 1 hit is Thrommel. I need to roll a crit on 3 dice. We can do it. We can do it. Boom!
Not quite.
Alright, so Thrommel is going to... He does 5
damage.
and he's going to stun you. Cop that, you dickhead.
What's stun? Sorry?
So a stun is...
It will take one of your activations up, but you
Okay.
can just shake it with a fate and start bashing the effigy or look for other ways to potentially win it.
So, like, zooming back to here and picking that up?
Yep.
You could
So
with
she
Sam.
could just go to like there and pick that up on a 7 with a
Yeah.
reroll. Because he counts as
contesting.
making it harder.
I think I will use her to do that.
Okay.
Uh,
She's got 5, so you really only
Yeah.
need to move 4 inches away. So I only need to
So you
move
just
up
move
to
up
there.
to there.
So
And
I
she's
only
got
need to
plenty
move
of
like
that.
2. Yep. Yep. Alright, 7 with a reroll for the game.
2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 10.
Bam.
10 will do it.
GG.
Yay!
Alright.
That's it. That's how your soul goes, Chunky.
That is how your soul goes. Yep. Yep.
So,
All of the souls, full Saiyan.
MVP, I think is saying.
Yep.
Yeah,
well, she
got
kept-
4 souls.
And
3
she
souls
kept
for
She
you.
got
Don
3.
Ricard alive,
And kept
Yeah.
Don Ricard alive.
who took my whole warband to the face like Don Ricard does.
Yep.
That's what he does. Alright, so, what did you really like about the game?
I actually really enjoyed how the characters can actually benefit each other.
Yep, yep. Supporting. Comboing.
They support each other's weaknesses, which is really good.
Yep.
I liked all the purple.
All the purple.
Legit.
Yep.
I like that it's not hard to bring everyone together. Like, bring all of your figures together to attack.
Yep.
And support each other, like, as a team, so causing more damage by being able to use more attack.
Yep, yep.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
Is there anything you find a bit tricky about it?
Probably just understanding the layout of the field.
Yep.
Like what you can and can't get through when something can and can't attack you. So if it can like see you just on the very edge, then it can attack you, kind of thing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So terrain and line of sight
Yeah,
playing a factor.
and not knowing, when I can and can't be attacked and when I can and can't attack, as far as the terrain goes.
Alright.
Which is a fairly sort of common things for anyone who hasn't actually ever played a tabletop game like this, including your War Machine or Warhammer, where those sort of factors really come into a game.
Yeah.
Much like this one.
Okay. So, have I got to bash Murray around the head and make him bring his minis down and play games
Yeah,
at your place?
definitely.
I can do that now. I've actually got boards to play with.
Yes.
So, that isn't the swamp map.
Yeah, the swamp map, you probably want to get your head around those things before you play
Yeah.
the swamp map. It sort of exponentiates a lot of that. And I just
If you
made
walk
up
in
the
the
word.
swamp, does it stop you from being able to move?
The swamp map's just got a lot more terrain. Like, it's got water that counts as rough terrain that slows you down. It's got treacherous ground. It's got an alligator that takes bites out of you as you move through it.
Ooh.
It's got forests. Yeah. Hey George, how's it going? All good, mate. All good.
Thank you very much, George.
We've just finished, George. We played a demo game where Beck utterly thrashed me.
I didn't think you got any souls.
No, I didn't.
No, it was,
thanks for pointing that out.
Salt
It's great.
counters up
Great.
there, 4-0.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Actually, we've got to buy another Saxa bottle now.
We do,
gave
yes.
it to Kyle.
Yep.
We're going to get another one.
That was going to be part of my thing, but that didn't
Yep.
end up happening. It'll happen next week.
So my streak of not being able to kill Donrakar continues.
I even got down to 1.
I know. One more point of damage, all that was needed.
Gloom was very uneventful in this one.
Hmm.
Everyone sort of stayed away from Gloom.
Yes, we
Which
didn't
is-
really have the warbands that could take him out turn one.
It's not a bad idea even in this sort of map. Not
And
to
all the
really
actions
bother
over
with-
this
all the
side,
actions
really.
on this side with the D3 shrine.
And he was very slow.
He was.
Wasn't really interested. He
No.
wasn't hungry.
Which is actually what I found when I first played against you. Gloom was a bit slow coming across the board because all the action was over here.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was first playing the game.
Gelfie always used to go after him hard and give me the shrine.
Yeah, trying to kill Donrakar is a trap.
Yeah.
It was actually one of the things that happened in my game against Tort.
Yeah.
Got very close to killing Donrakar, and then he just healed
heals up.
all the way back up to full.
I
Yep.
just really like him because he's a Minotaur.
Yeah,
Yes.
He's
Well,
a kick-ass
also,
Minotaur,
you
but he's a
get,
Minotaur.
you get demonstration of just how tough he is.
Hmm.
Because, you know, I went after him pretty hard, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended with only having 6 damage on him.
Alright.
Alright. I think
So-
that's just about it, is it?
Yep. So, you got your money ready? To get back a warband or what? Get on with it. Come on, chop chop.
That'll be when the Kickstarter happens.
Oh. I didn't think you could get the wave one guys though.
You can't.
Oh.
But we'll have- No, but then we'll have so many models
True.
to choose from.
True.
Everything.
No, not everything, but a lot of things.
Hmm.
You'll have your Minotaurs, because I've got those.
And I can paint them.
Yeah, there are a lot more Minotaurs now.
Mm.
There's gonna be 5 Minotaurs.
Yes, there's a lot more to
Actually, have you seen Zyvera, the old crone Minotaur?
No?
Oh, she's sick.
Hmm.
That's Judgement. Oh, that's the app. So, just to give you an idea... Where is she? There she is. That's the Minotaur Soulgazer.
Yep.
She's a little bit
Creepy.
creepy looking. She even acts creepy in the game.
She's
In her
creepy as
fluff.
hell.
she's kind of
She
creepy.
damages herself to cause effects on other people, or damages other people to transfer that damage to other. She does a lot of weird shit.
Okay.
That's another Minotaur. It's not a sculpt yet, but
Ooh.
that's one
Is
I
that
really like.
Yendris?
With her. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, so
that's
she's
awesome.
she's a Minotaur druid,
Mhm.
and then you've got Rocksteady.
Which is his guy's name's Kogan. He kind of, in my opinion, kind of looks like a pirate.
He looks like Rocksteady or Bebop from Teenage Mutant Ninja
I
Turtles.
think we discovered it was Rocksteady.
Yes. No, I think it was actually Bebop.
Was it Bebop?
Yeah.
Oh well. Corey
But
knows.
he's pretty cool.
Alright, I think that's
Thank
it.
you,
Should we wrap
guys.
up?
That's a wrap.
Cool. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll be back again next
Cat
week.
lady.
Yeah, he's
Minnow
actually going to
cat
call
lady.
Xavier a minnow cat lady. We should get like a little cat model and put it on a base
Is
now.
he calling
I think it's Xavier.
Vera or Gendris?
Or Gendris. Which one is it, Gelfie?
Yeah, which one, Gelf?
Either of them,
No,
really.
either of them could be the Minnow cat lady.
Maybe just
Gendris kind of looks a little.
maybe we just
cat-like.
get little cats and put it on all their bases. Kind of like I've got my random little yellow flowers on my
Oh.
bases.
Yeah, Xaviera, because she's the old.
Yep.
Old crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
Xaviera is
Alright,
definitely
George
the cat
is-
lady.
George
George
is-
has confirmed
George
that.
confirms. It's written in stone.
Yep.
Cat lady.
Maybe that's what she throws at people.
Yeah, she throws cats in
Sorry,
their faces.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Alright. Well,
Right.
it's time to sign off. Oh wow, we're actually done before 10.
We
I
are.
thought this was going to be a long show.
It was. And
No,
then
I just kicked your butt really quick.
Yeah, that works. That happens.
that helps. Alright. Thank you very much for joining us today, Beck.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
That's alright. We'll get you back again
Yes.
for another game.
Alrighty.
Another game, another time, another
Another
channel.
time.
She can kick your ass next time.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright, guys.
See you.
Thank you all very much for watching. We'll catch you next time. See yous.
Bye.